Hey everybody, this is take 2 of Beltane manifestations for all signs, and I'm excited that you're here, either if you're live or if you're watching in the future. Beltane is so special to me. It's the opposite of Samhain on the wheel of the year for the Celtic. It's a fire ceremony, it's a ceremony of fertility, and these rites of passage that are in the wheel of the year work and move so well within astrology, just as the Christian holidays work well within astrology. So Beltane is ruled by Taurus, which we are now. The sun's in Taurus. And the moon's in Sagittarius this time around, which is very interesting. We just came off of a very intense full moon. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you how to really manifest by giving you the layout of what Beltane is. You still have about 3 days to really hone and to do your workings that you need to do. And I'm going to give you some plant tips, and then I'm also going to draw some cards for you. So with Beltane, we fertilize the foundations. Traditionally, it would be fertilizing the lands and each other. However, we want to bringing it into the now, we want to bring in our manifestations, and so that we see the height of our manifestations for the summer solstice, which is June 21st. So how do we do that? Well, we tap into self-care. We tap into self-love and forgiveness and loving each other. So Taurus is very much about being with others and being very playful. Taurus is also can be stubborn, but it's hard to upset. And Taurus can also feel a lot of anxiety but not show it. They still look calm and well put together. So you'd be asking yourself, where are you not being so truthful about how something is agitating you? And is that agitation then leading you to be more aggressive or more stubborn? Right now, astrologically, we have Pluto, Saturn, and Jupiter that are retrograde. And again, the sun's in Taurus and the moon's in Sagittarius. And as it moves through Sagittarius, going into Capricorn on the 3rd, we're really being able to hold our soul and what our soul, hearing it. We're able to hold, the bridge between ourself and our higher self, and be able to call out for our higher self and to come in and help us, because a lot of us can kind of feel that grind is too much and that we don't have time to take care of ourselves or truly take care of our visions and the things that we want to manifest. So where are you focusing your time? Where are you focusing your money? And where are you focusing your intentions? Are they in places that you want them to be in? So for Aries, this Beltane is really honing in on what you're learning and where you want to go with your career. You could be looking things over with things that pertain to your career and wondering if this is the right next step. And the only way that you're going to know that is by being in your heart, if this is the right next step for you. Taurus, this is really about before I go into Taurus, let me pull a card. So this would be for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Mars. I actually include those in my predictions. So with Aries going back into, travel and bringing on mentors, finding mentors or teachers that you have And then also going into your career, where are you moving forward in your career, and what's stopping you, what karma is burning you, that you're burning right now, and are you really in the best place to set up the foundation for you to move forward? So Dominion popped out for you, and that's like definitely a yes, that you are moving forward, and there's more to be balanced here in your actions as you move forward. Bottom of the deck is Moon, so be really mindful of like where you are in your emotions and what you're being delusional towards. Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Mars, so be very cautious about that. As you move forward, it's all just about noticing, like having that fire under your ass to move forward and to get what you want. But that's only going to come from, you know, changing your actions by really touching into the emotions of what you really want and what are you hiding from yourself. So Taurus, this is you. This is the time that the sun is on you and shining, and how appropriate that Beltane is about ribbons and flowers, especially to adorn the crown of oneself. So this energy of Beltane is really pulling in manifestation around your finances and where you want to go in life and who you want to bring in to like learn more from and to learn more about yourself. And feel free to pop in with any questions for those that are watching. So for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus and Mars, when a lot popped up. So you're just building things right now, especially with like finances and partnerships, clearing away the baggage that's no longer necessary or no longer needs to be there. There are others that can be really petty right now, and those that do not have the best intentions are being, you know, cut away. And of course, the Empress. So self-care and self-love is really going to help with the intuition, Taurus. And this will ultimately help you step into your power as you move forward from Beltane. So Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Mars. You will be feeling this emotionally in your relationships. Your soul is calling out for that twin flame or that soulmate or just, you know, a more well-rounded partnership. And Gemini, you're also learning how to become more self-sufficient and how to build that for your self-sufficiency. So this is where the Beltane energies can really help you with manifestation. Alright, Gemini. So there's a lot of change that's coming for you, Gemini. And where can you bring into balance? Where can you bring into balance your relationships? Are you overgiving? Are you the friend that is giving and not receiving? Or are you the friend that is always receiving and never really giving back? So learn to really balance that and learn to really balance especially around your finances and especially around like sovereignty and how you can build that, be really resourceful. Bottom of the deck, Gemini, is strength. So this is a Sagittarius card, so it's opposite of you, but it's also just like finding strength within yourself and being able to go forward, and that if you're suppressing yourself, then you're not going to be able to manifest the way that you want to manifest because you are suppressing yourself and because you're not allowing your full strength to shine. And you'll do that by balancing out your relationships. So we're going to go to Cancer. Cancer, you're going to feel this manifestation in your body. If there's a body that you want, if there's lifestyle changes that you want to make, you can really use this Beltane energy to manifest in that regards, to make motions towards the body that you want and where you really want. And then also your relationships. So if relationships are not where you want them to be right now, if there's like karma that you're untangling from these relationships that you do have, really putting your manifestation there and your intention and your focus there, and finding out what the win-win-win is, you know, heart, mind, and soul. What will make things shift for you, Cancer? And of course you get the Priestess. So learning from a higher power and becoming that higher power and tapping into the God of who you are. But it's also going to have to come with that duality that you do so well, and by understanding that there is a bit of you that is not tapping into the emotional depth of others, because you're so sensitive to your own emotions. And I know that's really harsh to say. Sorry, not sorry, but yes, tapping into your own emotions and getting really deep into that. And I also got the Empress for you, Cancer. I'm not really surprised. So really tapping into yourself is going to lead to more intuition, and there is an overarching theme that's about to come in. So if you really tap in and go deep, then you have a lot of power that's behind you, Cancer. Leo, you're going to feel manifestations come in. And be more aligned. The more that you express yourself, the more that you put yourself out there, the more that you help things get under wraps and in line, get your ducks in a row, so that the manifestation can come in without hurting yourself. And then also learning that you feel instinct within your body, and by taking care of your body, not only are you taking care of your ancestors, you're also like up-leveling your DNA. So manifestations for Leo would also just be like, you know, magical baths or magical facials. A lot of patchouli would really help, because patchouli is the oil of physicality. So Leo, come into this luxury, come into this gratitude, and express yourself from that gratitude. Express yourself from the luxurious things that you do have in your life. And be careful, be wary of not comparing yourselves to others that have a luxury that you desire. Do not lust for it, just hold on to it and to continue to grow from yourself. Because Leo, you're undergoing an alchemization right now. You're undergoing a change and a transformation so that you can be your best self and put your best self forward. You have the Ace of Swords behind you, so there's a lot of energy to move forward and a lot of energy to really express and to really come from the heart and to be really playful and really tap into that inner child and receive the inner child in your heart. Virgo, you're feeling this in your home. Things don't really feel right in the home. So if things do not really feel right in the home, then feng shui is really going to help you, especially with manifesting for this Beltane and building an altar, making sure that all the elements are balanced within your home. And also with children, if you have any children, your instincts will be heightened for your children, your instincts will be heightened for your inner child as it comes through with you. And if the inner child is coming through with you, or your ancestors are coming through, for you really tap into that, because that's really going to be where your manifestation power is going to lie, Virgo, as we continue. And you got Dominion, so really moving forward, but you also got Hangman. So things are changing. You have to look at things from a different perspective, and there's places where you're kind of like lying to yourself, and that could be like others that are like manipulating you. And you're following path, you're following suit. Bottom of the deck is also strength. So be able to like come forward, especially in your home. You know, Virgo is the goddess that, you know, of life and brings in agriculture, and so has us a stable home. Do cats count kids? Absolutely. So just really find your own expression with yourself and with your heart, and keep things in your home very, like, build altars. And if you build altars, make sure that you do it in the directions that you want, and just even just honoring the directions. You know, maybe tonight you can only like honor the directions, and then through the next 3 days you'll go forward and probably get more insight the more that you tap into yourself, and do something that, like, for Virgos, you know, do something that your inner child self, so like from 5 to 10, would love to do, would love to play with. Like, just imagine it. That's like a very Jungian thing to do, is to sit down and close your eyes and think of all the things that your 5 to 10-year-old self would love to do, like fill the room with it. For me, it'd be like flowers and horses and Hot Wheels and, you know, different types of food and different types of music, and probably like a tambourine. So anyways, what would your inner child self do? And then invite your inner child into this room that's filled with all these beautiful things that your child self would adore, and then talk to your inner child. And that's going to be really bringing in where you need to manifest and where you haven't been so fair. Libra. So Libra, you're going to be feeling this in the way that you communicate with others. You're going to be feeling like you're going to be hearing what's manifest, whether it's like other people talking about like what they have or what they're going to get, or if they're expressing themselves, you'll be hearing what you really want. And so be really careful to not compare yourself, because if you're in comparison, then you're not getting the signs of like externally of what you really want internally, because it's all just like this reflection, right? And so Libra, also is really important to like have things solid in your home, and to also build an altar. So an altar will really help Libras to kind of like deal with karma, because right now Saturn's in retrograde, and when Saturn's in retrograde, there's a lot of like ancestral stuff that comes up, and there's a lot of like karma that is like revisited that is coming up. And Saturn and Pluto are retrograde right now, both under Capricorn, which would be in Libra's 4th house. So it can be really intense. It can feel like you may not really feel so stable in your home and so stable in your roots. You may want to like kind of leave. However, Libra, just really see where you want to go and what you want to do, and just like pay attention to all the signs that you're getting. And if you are traveling, then carry something of each element within you. Even if you can't like carry water, then you can carry like a seashell. I like to carry that as like a symbol of our element of water. So a lot going on for you, Libra. So again, get out, really talk to your friends, really be social, and really listen to what's going on, because you're like, what they're going to be saying is going to be reflecting back into what you're manifesting, and then maybe giving you inspiration and ideas on what you do want to manifest. And then just continue to like go forward and really hone in on that inspiration and that passion, and go for that passion. And you can only go for it if you feel grounded and with all the elements behind you, and you're not comparing yourself. Bottom of the deck would be to not be so focused on moving so fast. Libra. Scorpio. You just had the moon transit your 1st house. Jupiter is in retrograde under your sign. Right now, the moon's in Sagittarius, so Beltane for you is really about like your self-worth and about education. So Scorpio, as you move forward, the Emperor popped out for you. So holding your own dominion and also seeing what you want and holding what you want. And there is a way to like hold arrogance and confidence with power and not with manipulation. So balancing that is going to help you with your manifestation. Bottom of the deck, of course, is like Scorpio and Venus. So being really careful within your relationships and within your finances, where you're stagnant. So if money was no issue, what would you be doing? Would you be focusing your money in self-care? Would you be focusing your money on better food? Would you be focusing your money on travel? See how you can shift things, because if you're in the lack mindset, then you're probably just allowing the money to stagnate, allowing the focus to stagnate and not really moving forward. So the manifestation can't like come in unless you splurge mindfully. Also, it's just going to come in and do more work, be more balanced with the work that you have, especially in your communications. All right, Sagittarius, this is in your first house. So it's about personality. You're having a lot of Capricorn influence in your second house, which has to do about your self-worth and about what you want to manifest. So manifesting will be based on your self-worth and how you perceive yourself. Sagittarius, oh, you gotta like come into your emotions, Sagittarius, and really come into your intuition and own it. Or else things are really gonna fall apart if you don't really own how you're feeling and how you feel about others. There's also a likelihood that someone is being really petty and kind of like holding the sword over your head by, you know, just by being threatening and being unfair. And that's why this is coming up for you. Just hold your space. Capricorn, you're getting this Beltane through your house of subconscious and through the astral realm. So if you can, like, be really in the dream world and manifest from your dreams. Celestite's really powerful for this. For remembering and logging your dreams. You also have this in your first house. You have a lot going on in your first house, so that's a lot about really coming in and building more structure in your life, being more active in building that structure, and being more active about connecting with your ancestors, and you might actually be repeating some of their mistakes in order to clear them. So Capricorn, it is a time of adjustment and balancing and learning what is justified and what's not in your actions and in your subconscious. Bottom of the deck is completion. So by tapping more into your subconscious and allowing your manifestations to come from that subconscious place, you're going to like see the return, especially on Samhain, the harvest, the great harvest. So get really clear in your subconscious of like what you want, and then make sure that you're not having negative self-talk and that you're being very forgiving. And then you'll have mastery over that you have intention of. Aquarius. You're feeling this, you know, politically. You're feeling, so you can like manifest through your community. By being more active in your community, you can manifest more. And then you can manifest your actions and like what to do next by really honing in on your subconscious and really honing in on your dreams. So start a dream journal, dear Aquarius, and see where you come up on the solstice, June 23rd. You're being a little bit too literal, Aquarius. And you also want to travel. Too much worrying about finances is getting in the way of where you want to manifest. And you're just worried, you're just in so much fear that you're going to manifest the fear if you're not careful, Aquarius. So this Aquarius moon, sun, rising, Venus, and Mars. Last but not least is Pisces. Pisces, you're feeling this Beltane is going to be the most potent in your house of your career and in your community. It can be kind of difficult in community right now, but just staying really compassionate in your connections is going to be really helpful, and then you're going to be really rewarded at the end if you just stay compassionate and empathic, and also self-care for all the emotional labor that you're doing in your community, Pisces. There's a decision to make, Pisces, of where you want to go in your career and where you're going to put your focus. Once you have your focus set, it's going to come back to you tenfold into something good. And beautiful card. So you could really call in a partner through community, and this could be a business partner, and this could be a romantic partner. So I have free check-ins right now for 30 minutes. My astrological wellness check-ins. So I really tune in. I help creatrix and healers really uncover shadows and blocks that are keeping them from manifesting what they want and from actualizing what they want in their dreams and in their reality. So contact me on my Facebook or email me, healing@tulafay.com. You can even go through my website, tulafay.com, to connect with me and to get like a reading. I am doing like free 30-minute like calls, so I would look at your chart and see where blocks are. And I'm also just doing one-on-one full-hour readings, and then one-on-one time together for a month to really uncover all these things that are like holding you back. So thank you and stay blessed. Happy Beltane.